Hello, everyone. We are a couple minutes late for some technical difficulty, but
Which
we are here for our 10-minute market update. Keep it short and sweet because we know your time is valuable, just like
and
ours.
Vinnie, I'm sorry about your helicopter being delayed today and making you arrive a couple minutes late. I know you traveling with your security and things like that because of the nature of how important you are. Sometimes the helicopter gets slowed down, so I appreciate you still coming to show up for us.
You know what? The way I look at it, I mean, our clients are most important, right?
That is true, and that's why when you take them on those helicopter rides, it's amazing.
Well, hopefully everyone's planning, and if you're doing some traveling with the Labor Day weekend, hopefully you're ready to enjoy your weekend. We want to dive into where the market is right now, and we have currently 3,800. I'm just going to follow right here. 3,800 properties on the market, 5,000 properties pending. So we still have more properties under contract. And if you're just joining us, pending properties mean the property's in escrow. Doesn't mean it's sold yet. Yet there's probably a high likelihood that most of these properties are going to sell. Active properties on the market for $3,700,000. We're still talking about more properties pending on the market than active in that bracket, with 2,000 pending and 1,800 active on the market. Now, under 700,000, this is where the fun happens. We're talking about almost double pending properties under 700,000 than in active on the market. And now, really drastic, we're talking about 3 times the amount. We're talking about pending detached properties under 700,000 compared to active on the market. So what does it tell you? You got to have a strong game plan. And if you're buying under 700,000 for a single family home, probably get ready for some kind of bidding war.
Heated bidding war.
Heating bidding war. I mean, you're going to want to pull out all the stops. People always go, is the price is going to win it out? Yes, price is going to play a big factor. Yet there's other terms that play out when you're putting an offer out there. We're talking about EMD. We're talking about time frames, contingencies. And the only way to get shorter contingencies is working with a strong lender that has all your information readily available, or putting a cash offer in there. So let's jump in to David over here talking about basically working with a strong lender.
So basically, you know, when you hear lenders tell you, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, submit all your documents, do everything up front. That is so, like Vinnie mentioned, you can have a strong offer. If you're getting pre-qualified, get everything in. Pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, bank statements. We have to know where your money is coming from. You can't just buy with strictly cash. So make sure you do your pre-qualification correctly. And Vinnie, I know we're got a limited time frame, so I'm going to jump into some other things really quickly for those of you out there. A lot of data was released today.
Wait, before you jump in this, I just want to do a shout out to Business Bros. Listen to their podcast. They're on social media, Business Bros. So anyways, all right.
Wow, right on. Well, I know the millions of fans out there, they love this. So let's knock it in really quick. So what was exciting today? If you are working with a lender, they should have locked your interest rate yesterday. So why do I mention that? Because yesterday rates were lower than today. Today rates went up like 0.375%. That is massive. So for those of you who thought you were going to wait and rates were going to keep going down, you lost. What happened today that was so bad? Unemployment rate decreased from 10.2 to 8.4. That's not good for mortgage rates. It was stronger than anticipated. Also, there was 3.8 million jobs gained in the labor force. That increased by over 1 million. That was unexpected. So the cool thing is jobs are coming back and getting better. As unemployment goes down, interest rates will go up. So keep that in mind. As the economy keeps getting better, good rates will fade away. So kind of a bummer, but for those of you who didn't lock yesterday, you really lost today.
So how much have rates gone up? So just let's give rough numbers. I mean, I know we're talking about like 0.1, 1.5. What are you thinking?
Well, so just to put an example, so a majority of people I locked in yesterday, got between 2.6 to 2.7 with no points, no nothing. That was pretty normal lock on a loan under 700K. Today, that exact same loan would end up costing you 0.375. That's what lenders call points. So, and also the rates went up by 1/8%. So not only would you have got a worse rate today, you would have paid more money for your worst rate. So for those of you out there, your lender, if they didn't call you yesterday and say, hey, you should lock your loan today, there's a problem. I know some people could not lock yesterday because of the status of their loans. So, that's kind of a bummer. Will it rebound back? Yeah, probably in about a week. We should probably get some bad news, which bad news is good news for mortgage rates. And I know that sounds terrible because me and Vinnie are a big optimist, but the more data that comes out good, rates will go up. And as quickly as this refinance boom came in, it will leave.
So where do you think rates are going to be in the next month, 2 months? What are you thinking?
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know I mentioned this before. I still think rates are going to stay low for 6 months. I really do. I think this party that got started under the worst conditions of COVID, which, my heart goes out to everyone that had bad economic times and losses. I think this bad party of good rates is going to continue for 5 to 6 months. Do I think you're going to get dips like this where rates will spike up? Absolutely, 100%. And I'm looking for a ton of volatility in October and November because there's some big things happening there. So, majority of people can still refinance and get a really good rate. It's just not as good as it was yesterday.
And again, if you bought your house the last couple of years, really look at refi. I don't know how many different lenders I've talked to, 70%, 75%. I talked to someone today, 90% of their business is refinancing right now. If right now, if you're looking to refi in the next couple of years, maybe even take money out of your property to build a ADU, anything like that, call your trusted lender up. If you don't have a trusted lender, give David a call and talk. See what scenarios are possible.
And also, Vinny, that's interesting you mentioned that because tomorrow we have the investor seminar. And now more than ever, if you bought your house a couple of years ago, like let's say some of Vinny's clients, they're sitting on tons of equity. They can pull that out now and their payment still goes down. And then they have money to invest in income producing property for the future.
Exactly.
With our course tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow morning, we're doing it at 9:30, I believe.
9:30.
On whatever platform you're watching this on, we'll have it again tomorrow. And then we do this every week. We have a market update. Sadly, on Labor Day, we're not going to have, on Monday coming up, we're not going to have a market update. Yep, we'll be back next Friday. So you might see our face tomorrow, and then you'll lose us for about 6 days. Don't worry, you'll be able to see us again. We'll try to give you all the information possible. And these market updates, under 10 minutes. So if you're just joining us, I want to say this one more time before we finish up in the next 20 seconds. Woo. Active market right there. We're talking about basically more properties pending than we have active in the market. Under 700,000, we have almost double amount of properties pending than we have active in the market. And in the detached under 700,000, we have basically almost triple. And to give you a reference point of where this sits, basically, if no other properties were in the market, in the detached under 700,000, we almost have like about a week or so of the inventory if all those properties do sell, right? In a balanced market, you want 6 months of inventory. So we're talking about almost a week and a half of inventory compared to a balanced market that's 6 months of inventory. The market is crazy hot. Talk to your lender, talk to your realtor to find out what you can do in this current climate.
Interesting times, my friend. Interesting times.
Interesting times. All right, guys. Have a great one. Thank you for watching our market update. We'll see you tomorrow.